I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. This is another project that I'm working on, and I'm going to put these in the vinegar while I'm doing the other two so I remember to get them all out at the same time. This is an Irwin type auger bit, and this is a Russell Jennings type. Got the double twist on it. The sharpening part is pretty much similar. The only thing really different between the two is the pilot screw, and we'll go into that when we get into the actual project. Right now all I'm going to do is put some vinegar into the soaking station and then put these two drill bits in it. By putting one tip down and the other one base down, I can get two of them into one and not have to use so much vinegar. And all I really need to do is just cover them. So the more stuff I have in the tube, the less it takes to cover them because they displace the liquid. Put the cap on it, set this one back over into the cleaning station. I'm going to be cleaning some parts today and I didn't want to get my clothes all dirty, so I got out my spiffy, stylish apron. I'm wearing my black rubber gloves so I don't get all this iron crap on my hands. Had some drill bits sitting in some vinegar for a while. So what I'm going to do is pour off the vinegar. Pull out the drill bits. If I don't wipe off the remaining vinegar very quickly and then put something on there to block the oxygen from getting to the surface of the bits, they'll get flash rust on them, which is only just a surface rust, but why allow something to get on there after I've just spent all this time getting it off? Now that I've got the rust off of it, maybe I can read this number here. Ah, it's a Greenlee, made in Rockford, Illinois. This style is often called an Irwin type. This one was made by Greenlee. Single land, twin cutting edges, solid strong shank. Really a nice drill for cutting heavy stock. This is a number 20, so it's 1.25 inches across the cutting edges. Okay, let's see what this one is. Crescent Jennings. It's a new name for me. I've not heard of a Crescent Jennings. This one looks like a good candidate for touching up the pilot thread with a file. This is a twin thread pilot. In other words, it has two threads running concurrently up from the base of the pilot to the tip. So when you get to the end, you actually see two threads come out at the end instead of a single spiral. One comes up on one side and the other one comes up on the other side. It confuses people because it makes it look like it's a fine thread pilot when actually it's a very coarse thread pilot. There's just twice as many threads because they have a spiral that leads from this radial edge around, and then they have a spiral that leads from this radial edge around and on up to the tip of the pilot. This one has some wear on the outer edges of the cutting spurs. These appear to be sharp and clean. I should be able to just touch this one up with a file and be very well pleased with the result. This one's going to take some work to get it done. The radial cutting edges are still pretty good, and they haven't screwed up the timing on the thread. But those spurs are going to take a little bit of work, and they're right close to being too low to make a cut. So I have to be very careful with them. So that's my next video, sharpening these two drill bits.